What is up, guys? It is another beautiful day in Auburn, Alabama. I don't know why I did that. It's 69. Don't run with that. 69 degrees, and be adults about that, please. And it is kind of beautiful. It was earlier. I'm sorry, my ADD is full swing today. It's kind of cloudy now, but anyways, today I'm going to be talking about why BMW drivers are jerks. They're all jerks, every single one of them. No exception. They're all jerks. First off, we'll go ahead and get into the meat of it. First off, BMWs, and probably a lot, I don't know. I honestly don't like go through reading about what cars have what type of throttle, but most BMWs have electronic throttle. So what that means is that there's no cable running from the throttle. There's no throttle cable coming from the throttle to the throttle body. And what that means is if you give it 10% throttle, it's not going to give you 10%. Or for sake of being easier to understand, if you get a fourth of the throttle, it's not going to give you a fourth of the throttle. It's going to give you an eighth. And you're going to get an eighth of the power. Well, here's where it comes into play. BMW, like, for whatever reason, they decided that at a certain point, we're going to give them all the power they're asking. So, for the sake of this video, I don't really know where that point is. But for the sake of this video, we're going to say it's 80%, right? So, what happens is like, whenever a BMW driver needs to, like, overtake or get in the left lane, but they see like pump somebody way back, and they don't want to like cause that person that's in the left lane way back to have to slow down for them, they'll give their car more throttle, and they know in their head, they might not necessarily know that exactly what I'm telling you guys, because a lot of people don't, they know in their head that for whatever reason, sometimes whenever they press the throttle, it doesn't go like it should, you know. And so they'll give it a lot of throttle, and all of a sudden it hits that magical point that BMW determined, and it'll go from giving them 50% throttle all the way to 80. There's no in between, you know, like a normal car where you can just, like, you know, there's an in between. No, it just goes 50, 80, boom, and it plants you in the seat. Well, also, I feel like what happens with a lot of people is they don't know that. All of a sudden they get a ton of power really quickly, and they kind of freak out, and they're like, oh crap, I need to get over, else I'm going to hit this person in front of me. So they get over, and it kind of turns into the typical BMW jerk maneuver. So that explains like a little bit, but here's the big thing that I was wanting to talk about. If you go and you ask anybody in this world what is one habit that all BMW drivers have, it's not using turn signals. It's like, it's became so synonymous with BMW drivers that it's like a joke now, right? So there's memes. I mean, it's great. It's great. So I'm gonna explain to you, because I know a lot of people, not saying you can't like afford a BMW, anybody can afford a BMW, but not saying you can't or whatever, but a lot of people just don't like BMWs. I mean, their styling can be very like hit or miss. Not hit or, I personally think most BMWs look good, but you know, some people love them, some people hate them, so some people just might not want one, right? So I'm going to explain to you, for the people that haven't driven one, why it is that BMW drivers don't use their turn signals, or a lot of I use mine, but a lot of people don't. So I'm going to show you. So your entire driving career, right? Like, if you press down the turn signal, it stays down, and to cut it off, you push it back up. Well, I'm going to show you what happens if you do that in a BMW. So, see him turning left, right? Cool. It's all fun and games. And I go to push it back up to cut the turn signal off. Well, now it look like a dummy. I'm like, what's going on? And you finally figure it out. You're like, what in the world is happening here? So I'll show you. Push down. Notice it comes back up. So, also, did you notice that if you just barely push it, it cuts it off? Weird, right? That's how you're supposed to cut it off. How I cut it off, which is the dangerous way, because you still could turn the other one off, you just barely push it up. So, it's really finicky, because if you push it down, say if you push it down too much, it's gonna stay on. And if you don't, but if you push it down a little bit, it's gonna cut it off. Really complicated. Like, why? Another thing, like, why couldn't all the stuff that causes BMW drivers to drive the way they do is stuff that BMW could easily do without. Just put a normal turn signal in, put a normal throttle like map in. It's not even like, it's literally electronics. Like my car, I took that crap out. If you give it 10% throttle, you're getting 10%, 50%, you're getting 50, 60, 60. Like, it's linear now. Mine is. So if I could do it, BMW could definitely do it. I don't know why they do it that way. I'm sure they have some type of like really beat around the bush reason for why they do it, but just stop. Just stop it. So, sorry, I went off on a little bit of a tangent there. So now I'm gonna show you another thing. If you barely press it down, right? Do it again. Okay, that's supposed to be for like turn like changing lanes. In my opinion, that, let's see, 1, 2, 3. That 3 blink crap, no, that don't cut it. Like I drive kind of aggressively anyway, and 3 blinks isn't enough. And in my opinion, if your blinker cuts off while you're still in the original lane that you were in, this is just kind of like one of my rules. You're a jerk. Like, it's not that hard to keep your blinker on long enough to completely get in the other lane. It's just like one of my things. I'm weird, but it's just annoying because sometimes you'll turn it on to actually turn, and you don't push it down all the way, and it'll cut off, and you're sitting in the middle of the road with no blinker for a second. It's just dangerous. And that's why I think a lot of BMW drivers, they're just like get fed up with it, and they're like, nah, I'm not going to use my blinkers. And then boom, they become a normal blinker driver. Lastly, another reason is because like BMW owners have a this is one thing. This is probably the most unknown thing about BMWs. Like right here, we have a cappuccino maker. No, I'm kidding. Completely joking. So, in conclusion, it's kind of the car's fault. Like, it's not like everybody. It's not like you have to do a personality test in order to buy a BMW to confirm that you're like a dick. No, it's kind of the car's fault. It's BMW's fault, really, because they make things so weird. I don't know that weird's the right way. They just do things so differently that whenever people get in one, they can't get used to it, and they just kind of like say screw it, and they just kind of lose their minds. And I could probably say I'm one of those. Not really, because like I said, I took care of my throttle mapping thing. I made it linear, and I've kind of gotten used to this BMW blinker. Kind of. Not really. You'll still see me going down the road. It's like left blinker, right blinker, left blinker, and I'm sure the people behind me are like, what is this guy doing? Like, he has his right blinker on, but there's trees. Like, I don't know. So, I will show you why, though. Even though I have fixed my linear throttle mapping. That made me feel better. Even though I have made my car linear in its throttle mapping, I still kind of get on it sometimes. Like, I'm still one of those drivers sometimes, and I'll show you why. It's because let's slowly take this turn so the GoPro doesn't fall off. Would you look at that? Would you just look at it? There's that's a free propane tank just sitting right there, just for the taking. Would you look at it? Alright, gonna go get on the old road and show y'all why sometimes, even though I have fixed my linear throttle mapping, or non-linear throttle mapping, I still drive like I have non-linear throttle mapping. So here we go. Alright guys, for real though, listen really closely. I hope you can hear it on the video. Right, I'm gonna get on it. Well, I'm gonna first gear. Not gonna do much. Alright, you ready? I really hope you can hear that. If you can't, my car has twin turbos, so it makes Terpsky noises, and I really like them, so I kind of sometimes I'll give it a little bit of throttle and, you know, hear the old boys sing and let them sing their anthem. So that's gonna be it for this video. I hope y'all like it, and subscribe if you do, because the more subscribers I have, the better videos I can make. And sorry, I'm getting a little sidetracked. I think I know this person. Nope. Okay. The more people subscribe, the better videos I can make. I'm trying my best. I'm really trying to get a really good software for you guys, and I know a better camera, so that my videos can really be good and I can have some good editing. Right now I don't have an editing software. That's why my videos are one takes. So like I said, if you like what you see, it's only gonna get better. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. So see y'all later.